What's going on, fishing buddies? Welcome back to the channel. I picked up a second Old Town Sportsman PDL 106. I got this thing for a great price. I did pick up the trailer also. Definitely needed a new trailer. And I did a review on this Discovery canoe a few weeks back. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. This is a good canoe. Didn't go well with the first launch. If you've seen that video. But I love this thing. I'm gonna get a lot of use at it. But I got a great deal on this other Sportsman. So what we're gonna do today is things I'm doing to this before I even put it on the water. There's a few modifications I do right away. I'm just gonna give it a once over, really look at it, see if I missed anything, see if I see anything that's broken, and we'll get this bad boy set up for fishing. Let's get it out there. All right, the first thing I am gonna do is just kind of give this pedal drive a once over. Gonna get this nut off, check what we got going on in here. I got a few pieces that I got from Navarre Kayak Fishing. Anything to do with the Old Town PDLs, I go to Nick first, because he usually has it, or he has something better that he's modified that I can switch things out. And this bolt is a perfect example. This will actually go with the rudder system, and we'll get into that later. But I'm gonna check my pins in here. These will break. You don't want these guys to break on the water. You'll be paddling back in. So I'm gonna open this thing up and check this pin. I'll probably go ahead and replace it, just because it's probably never been done. And just at first glance, just looking this over, I am missing a nut here that holds this bar. You see, I got one here, but I'm missing here. So again, I'll go to Nick first, see if he has one of these in stock and order from him. If not, I'll go straight to Old Town. Got us a 9/16 here. Get this guy open. This guy opened up. Sometimes these are a little hard to pop off. You just gotta kind of work them. Oh, got it. So I save my washer there. And you see there is that pin right here. So when this guy breaks, it's bad news out there. And it looks a little grimy in there. I'm probably gonna try to clean that up. I'll grease it down. I'm gonna go ahead and replace this pin like I was saying. It looks pretty good. You know, I was expecting this. So we'll get that done, get this pin replaced, get it greased down, and get this propeller put back on and move on. All right, I kind of popped it with a hammer for a second and loosened it. I think I'm gonna be able to just grab it with these pliers. Look at there, it already broke. So yeah, that guy was barely hanging on. So we can get him out. There we go. You see that? Right when I was pulling it out, it snapped. You do not want that to happen on the water. Let's get this guy cleaned up, greased down. We'll get a new pin in there. I'm just gonna hit it with some of this Corrosion X. I use this on most all my stuff. There we go. Hit him in there a little bit. Hit that guy. Let's come with a paper towel. Get that cleaned up. And this lubricant is made for salt water. That's why I use it. Looking better already. Get this new guy pushed in there. Now that it's greased up, it's moving a lot better. Kind of line him up, pop him. Washer, nut, and we'll be good. You don't want to tighten this guy down too much, you know, just get it snug. That's all you need. It's not a bad idea either is to keep one of these on board with you. I usually have one in a tackle box because, again, if this breaks out there, you know, depending on where you're at, you're going to be paddling. Like, this pedal drive is not going to work anymore. So again, with Navarre kayak fishing, they sell like a plastic little wrench that fits there. I think it actually floats too. So it's super lightweight, it's super small, that you can keep, again, in your tackle box. And that way you have that, you're able to do this, a quick fix if needed. What I'm gonna do is, while I have this stuff out, I'm gonna go ahead and maintenance, do the same thing to my original pedal drive here. It hadn't been done in a while. So again, I'll just replace the pin in here and get this one all lubricated up also. All right, guys, we're gonna get this little bolt in the rudder here. Phillips and 7/16 is what you'll need. It is gonna replace this pin right here that runs down the back of the yak right here. It's got this little clip on it. What this is gonna do, you'll never need to tighten these guys again. So as you can see, these are pretty loose. Not even gonna worry about tightening them. Once I replace that bolt, it'll take care of everything. Instead of trying to work that little split ring out, you can just cut it, because you're not gonna need it. Get that guy in there. There we go. Gonna knock this, get him going. See, it's popped up there. I can just grab it. Probably gonna have to get a wrench or something to get that guy. I'm just gonna get a small flathead and a mallet. Kind of get this guy from underneath. Work it right up. Get that guy out. You can trash this. This replacement pin, it's gonna come set up how you need to line everything up, right? So washer, then the plastic washer, then that'll be at the top. So that's how it'll go in. Just take the bottom off. Drop this guy down in there. Might have to play with it. I got it offline here. Got it kind of lined up on the bottom. There we go. Push it through like that. And then we'll get that nut put on. We'll go plastic washer first. Metal. And then the nut. That kind of snug. All right. Now it's got that little wrench holding the bottom. Screw it in. You got to watch out for these cords here. You don't want to screw that down either, so you just kind of make sure they're out of the way. Get that guy in there snug. Check my cords. They're out of the way. All right. He is in there. And that is going to fix all your problems with your rudder. You know, after you're out there for a while, day after day, these start getting loose. And what happens is your rudder stops holding. So this drops and lifts the rudder. And then this little guy over here, can't really see because I got this canoe in the way, but that steers the rudder. So what'll happen is when these get loose, your rudder won't hold. So if you're wanting to hold a certain position, like let's say you're like that, you're wanting to hold that, when these gets loose, the kayak will be moving the current and stuff, and the rudder will start pushing and pushing and pushing, and then you have to readjust it, and it'll push and push and push. With this bolt in here, it's never gonna do that, guys. That thing is gonna stay where you want it to stay. See you later. Another thing I want to check is the skid plate, because these guys do get dragged around a lot, you know, launching, even just pulling it out of the truck into the garage. But this guy, look, it still has a lot of life on him, so I'm not going to replace that yet. You can get these from Old Town. I think they're like $5. So always keep an eye on those too. They're real easy to replace. Just 2 screws, boom, boom, put the new one in. That's it. Get this canoe down, because I'm going to get a few pieces off of this canoe. I'm going to take this anchor cleat, and I'm going to take one of these ports, these starport systems, for my camera. I'm just going to move them from the canoe to the kayak right now, and I'll end up buying another, you know, replacing this, but I want to take that kayak out, so I want to go ahead and get it set up. I have my anchor on this side on my other Old Town, so I'm going to kind of just keep with that tradition, because I don't want to throw my muscle memory off. I'm going to put the anchor over here, I'll be reaching over here kind of thing. So I'm going to set it up just like my other one. For now, just to get it on the water, get it going. This is a Yak Attack accessory. It does fit the track mounts for the Old Towns, so it's just really easy, slides right in. That guy's on there. This is like a little Railblazer adapter starport. This is what I use for my camera boom. So I'm just going to get this guy on the opposite side, and he just screws down once you got him in there, and this will lock the camera boom in, unlock it. It's a great little system. I've become a fan of these. This camera boom, just put him in there, and you can adjust this guy. This is another Railblazer, so I can drop it down like that. I usually keep it about right here, up here. Camera's on the end there, that way it's facing in towards the seat, and I can move it around if I want to film like kind of the hookups and stuff out in the water. This is just a great little system I've used for filming. Wrap some foam around it just in case it does fall off. It will float. Make sure these are tight at all times. You know, I kind of check these once a trip just to make sure I haven't, because you don't want this top part to fall over either. All right, everything seems to be working. That drops the rudder. I got my handle here. It's turning. Oh yeah. This is oh, here's another thing that's missing. There's a tension knob that usually goes there, but you don't need it anyway, so. But there's usually like a little tension knob here that you can tighten your rudder and stuff, but with that bolt, you don't need that anymore. At this point, I'm just gonna drain her and get all the water out of it. It was sitting outside, I guess, so there's a water in it and stuff. I'm just gonna leave it draining, get all that water out, and then my next trip out kayak fishing, I'm gonna take this bad boy. Flipping it here, you can see all that water pouring out. Figure out my trailer here. Look at all that water that dumped. I think all the water has already come out of it. All right. A quick rundown on the trailer. This came with the purchase. So I bought the Old Town, Sportsman, the Discovery, and the trailer. And this is a great little trailer. I needed an upgrade desperately. So got rid of mine, picked this one up, super lightweight. I mean, this thing is like a feather. Got a nice little wheel on here so you can just kind of push it. You don't have to drag it. This trailer actually will fold up also. I'll probably never get into that. That's for like storage issues, I guess. Maybe if you're living in like a condo or a townhome or something like that, you don't have a lot of storage. This whole thing, this whole unit will fold up. You can kind of stick it off to the side somewhere. But I am just using it for transportations for the guides when I'm doing kayak guides. So basically I'll have the canoe up here, one of the Old Towns here, and I'll have one in the back of the truck. So that way my clients can take the pedal drives and I'll take the canoe and get out there and do some fishing. So looking at my seat position in my original, I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 8 holes back. So move those 8 holes back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. That's in there. That's not going anywhere. Probably adjust these straps once I'm on the water. Kind of get it to where my back is. But this seat looks excellent. There's no rips or anything in here. It's starting to kind of tear there a little bit. Not really tear, but you can tell there's been some strain. All your storage. Yeah, she looks good, y'all. What I will do is I will take this seat completely off and store this in the garage. That way there's not any kind of further dry rot and weather damage and stuff. Store that guy in the garage. We'll flip this upside down on the kayak trailer, and this is where it'll live until it's time to put in some work. Get that guy up there. Then we'll get the canoe back on there. Like so. There we go. Nice, out of the way. Got them upside down for when it rains and stuff. Keeping all, you know, the inside. You got the mats and things like that underneath there. They will get dry rotted, weathered over time. So if I can keep them out of the direct sun, better. Get this guy pushed back out of the way, and that's it. We're ready to fish. That's it, guys. I did all that on my 45-minute lunch break. So to show you how quick it was, you know, just some quick do-it-yourself stuff if you're buying one of these used. Even if you're buying one from the factory, I would highly recommend replacing that bolt. Once you replace that bolt, that is $5, y'all. $5, Navarre Kayak Fishing. Talk to Nick. They have them on the website too. You can go to the website, you can find them. They're $5, and they are just such a big upgrade, such a big improvement to right out of the factory. Or if you're buying these used, you know, that pin, that original pin's probably still gonna be in there. So let's look for that. Some quick little upgrades, a few little camera mounts, an anchor mount, and I'm ready to fish, y'all. I love the Old Town Sportsman. They're great. I got an excellent deal on these. If I told you guys the deal I got, you'd be mad at me. So I'm just, gonna keep that to myself. But it was too good to pass up with the trailer. So definitely stocked up for season for the kayak guides. They'll be hitting spring, people will be out on the water again, so I'm ready. And who knows what I might do with this. I might set this thing up for offshore fishing. That's a thought I've had too. But as of now, I just kind of want to get it out there, my basic setup, and see how she fishes. If you guys are enjoying the videos, hit me a like, hit me a subscribe. It really helps out the rhythm of the channel, guys. See you next time.